children. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Ella.
And we are going to be showing you your DIY speech sounds today. And Ella, do you remember what sounds we're going to be working on?
The CH sound and the G.
The ch sound, CH.
And
The j sound, which is
yeah.
usually made with a J. There's one more.
The GH. Oh, SH.
SH. We're working on all of those sounds together today because they're very closely related. Before we get started, we have really been into National Geographic's magazines at our house. And so Ella wanted to give you a little piece of trivia out of the National Geographic's magazine from a couple of months ago. Do you remember what you were going to tell them?
Yeah.
Your fun fact?
Did you know that most babies' first words are dada?
Dada is the first word of most babies? Okay. Do you know why?
Because
they love their dad more than anybody else?
I'm not sure.
Maybe, but also because dada is really easy to babble.
True.
It's one of the first babbling sounds. So even if kids aren't necessarily saying dada, they're probably babbling da, 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 da. That's pretty cool. Thanks for that fun fact. All right, let's get started. So we are working on our SH, CH, and J sounds today, sh, and J. The reason that we're doing all three of those is because they are closely related in that your tongue and your lip and your mouth position is exactly the same for all of those sounds. The only thing that changes really is the airflow.
Yeah.
So as we work through these, Ella, I'm going to make a sound and I want you to tell me what my lips are doing at least.
Your teeth are closed and then your lips are out like an O, like.
Right, they're rounded, aren't they?
Oh.
What are my cheeks doing?
Sucking in.
I'm not sucking them. I'm not doing this. But they are squeezed in a little bit. My muscles are squeezing them in. All right, so now I want you to look at this sound. Now what are they doing?
They're going out like you're blowing air out.
Oh, so my lips are the exact same, but the only difference is that I'm forcing air out. Okay, so has a stream of air and has a burst of air. Good. Okay. Now how about this one? J. What are my lips doing?
J. They're doing the same thing as the SH and CH, but it's just not going out like bursting out or going out like slowly.
You're
it's
right.
Staying there.
Okay. So J. Our air is much less or much more concentrated in our mouth and does not come out as forcefully.
It stays in your mouth.
Yeah.
And
all right.
it
Now.
doesn't come out.
Now listen, the difference between ch and j, there's one more difference besides airflow. Feel your throat, your vocal folds.
J. You can feel the vibration with the J sound, and you cannot feel the vibration with the CH sound.
Exactly. So j is a voice sound. We need to turn our voice on when we say j, but we do not for ch or sh, right? All right, very good. So we're going to do the tissue test just like we did in our last video with Eli. So we're going to see how much airflow is actually coming out of our mouths when we make those sounds. So let's start with shh. Let's see if you can move the tissue when you say shh. Ooh, it's like a light breeze, but it's not moving the tissue very much, is it? Let's try our CH. Oh, do it again. All right, so you can see that forceful air coming out with the tissue. All right, how about J?
J.
Whole lot of nothing, huh? So we know that our airflow is different for those three sounds, but our lip position is the same. Now we just need to talk about where in the world our tongue is in our mouth when we make that sound, those sounds. So think about where your tongue is.
My tongue is right here, and I say J.
Is it touching your teeth? Not in the front, is it? So our tongue is scooched back a little bit further than our S sound, because listen to the difference. If I even make my lips pursed and make an S sound, try to make an S sound, it does not sound like an SH. So I need to move my tongue back just a bit. And as my tongue goes back, it makes that SH sound. All right, so let's do that with our ch sound. First, I want you to squeeze your cheeks and just make a T sound. Good. Now scoot your tongue back just a little bit and make it. Awesome. All right, same thing for the D sound. I still want you to purse your lips and make a D. D.
D.
Good. And now let's scoot our tongue back and make J.
J.
There you go. Good one. So we know that our tongue has to come back a little further for each of those sounds than it does for our alveolar sounds, the S and the T and the D sound. It needs to scooch back. So if a kiddo is saying their SH sound with their lips pursed like they're supposed to, their cheeks are squeezed in, but it still sounds kind of like an S, make sure you're cueing them to move their tongue back a little bit. You can scooch it back like an inchworm. Very good. Can you think of 3 words that have the sh sound in them?
Shoe.
Shoe.
Shaka.
Shaka.
And shy.
Shy. Okay. Very good. Those all have sh at the beginning of the word. Now, what if I said the word ship, but then I changed it to a CH sound at the beginning instead of an SH? Chip. So we know that if we're not saying those with the right airflow, then it's going to change the meaning of the word. So if your kiddo is calling a chip a ship or vice versa, then you just need to focus on the airflow and say, oh, we have to have that pushed air sound for chip. And we need to make that air come out really fast and use our belly to help force that air out, right? On it. And we just need to make sure that our airflow is correct, our lip position and cheek position is correct. And if you're hearing, what's the difference between my cheeks when I make this sound? Besides, or and what are the differences?
You're like spitting out.
Look at my cheeks.
They blow up.
Oh, they're puffing out, so I need to hold them tight
Like
and
this.
squeeze them to my cheeks. Good. Sometimes if I'm hearing that airflow on those sounds like and it sounds really slushy, I can even cue the kid to either hold their own cheeks until they figure out how to use that cheek strength. Very good. And so it squeezes their cheeks into their teeth. So all good reminders when those kids are making those sounds. If you have a specific issue with those SH, CH, or J sounds, sh or J with your kiddos that we haven't covered, please let me know at Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, at coloradospringspeech.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Do you have anything else to say?
Well, actually.
Okay. What is it?
Never mind.
All right. Well, have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.